here. Thank you for joining me as always. Got my hood up because it's cold. Doesn't make sense because I'm in my house. Look, I just find it comfortable, all right? Leave me be. You probably don't even care about it, and you probably don't even care the fact that I wear my hood up. But hey, sometimes it's good to address things. And talking about addressing things, I thought we'd have a little chat today about the fact that, yes, I am the brand new host of Progress Wrestling, which, if you don't know, is an independent promotion here in the United Kingdom. And one of the reasons it's so cool, one of the reasons why I wanted to save this video for today, which is Thursday, the 27th of January, 2022, is that this Saturday, as long as everything goes to plan, you know, sometimes things can change as they do in all walks of life. Well, basically, Progress content goes up on the WWE Network, or Peacock, whatever the hell we're calling it in the States and elsewhere right now. And that's a pretty cool deal. Like, if I was going to make a bucket list, which I don't have, because I find the idea of a bucket list quite strange. Why don't you make a list of things you want to do before you die? Then I just start shaking and shivering, because I'm like, man, I don't want to really think about that. I would just like to enjoy my life. I am, of course, exaggerating. But it would certainly be on there. I mean, it's in no dream world did I ever think I'd ever get onto the WWE Network anyway, but also it's one of those cool sideway dreams where I never thought I'd get into it in the way that I have. And in case you don't know about Progress Wrestling and you don't know about the deal, they've always had a host, essentially. I mean, we'll talk about some other stuff too. So basically, Progress came about like 10 years ago, got quite big in the WWE, in the UK. They made a deal with WWE, and then the pandemic hit, and there was a big changeover. The place got bought out by two brand new directors who are very nice people. I want to give a quick shout out to them as well. And they, you know, a lot of the elements of the old Progress were the people that ran it. So I suppose they wanted to craft in their own image. So a lot of the wrestlers are still there, and Carnoir is still the champion, etc. But I think they wanted, like I say, bring in some new bits. So yeah, this was sort of late last year. Was it late last year? It must have been late last year. After I had actually been performing at TNT, which is another awesome promotion over here in the UK. I had a chat with them afterwards, and they said they had a cool opportunity they wanted to chat to me about, and we had a call later in the week, and it was this. It was, being the host of Progress Wrestling. Now, the cool thing about being the host, especially now after I've done the first show that happened last Sunday as I'm recording this at the Electric Ballroom in Camden, and we'll get more into that in just one second, is while you do all the ring announcing and everything like that, you also are kind of the master of ceremonies, the MC. So you come out beforehand, you do an intro, and you do little bits between all of the matches. And that's just the most fun in the world. I've done hosting a lot in my life, not recently, again, because of the pandemic, but I used to do it a lot with video games, which was the same kind of a thing. Like, I'm sure if you're into games and you live over here in the UK, you've probably been to the Eurogamer Expo or one of the many ones that have gone on. And I would often go to these things, and so, you know, they would give me a game and they'd say, Simon, go stand on our stage for 8 hours a day and sell the game. And it was very much the same thing. And I was very lucky, and the people that I worked with understood my stupid sense of humor. So they let me run wild for it a little bit. Like, I did one for Square Enix and Just Cause. It must have been 2018. And it was so nuts. I'd lost my voice by I think it was 4 days or 3 days. I'd lost my voice by the end of it. But honestly, they let me prod the bear a lot, which I massively appreciate. Same with Bethesda and Nintendo and a bunch of other. They just understood, and they knew why they were bringing me in. So that was very kind. And it was kind of the same with this. So it almost feels like you're part of the fabric, I suppose. And it's one of the reasons I was convinced, right? I was stood backstage, and obviously in the days leading up to it, I thought I was going to be booed. Because I understand hardcore wrestling fans, which I think Progress Wrestling does attract, although I'm sure there's, bits and bobs in the crowd too. When it comes to the YouTube stuff, a lot of them I know because they tweet me, which I do appreciate, at Simon316. I've said it before, I say it again. As long as you care, and as long as you're involved, I'll take it, man. I think it's amazing people are discussing me in any sense. But yeah, I was convinced I was going to get booed. So I had kind of two, I never sort of script anything, but you plan stuff out in your head because you want to be prepared. What is it? Prepared to fail, fail to prepare. It's all the way around, isn't it? Fail to prepare, prepared to fail. So this is going well. So I had this whole thing going out there, but it wasn't the case at all. In fact, I got a very, very warm reception, and it was truly lovely, and it truly flattered me, and it humbled me, and it took me aback a lot. Didn't help that the microphone then broke. So, I'm coming out for my first Progress show, obviously feeling nervous. I'm a human being. Come on now. Don't 100% know what reaction I'm going to get. Then try and enjoy it and take it all in because it was very nice. And the microphone doesn't work, so the production crew, who are awesome, by the way, great guys, I'm trying to fix that. But I'm like, well, this is just typical Simon Miller, to be honest. And I quite liked that it went like that. As funny as it sounds. I don't want things to go smooth in my life. My bald head is smooth enough. We don't need anything else going smooth. So, yeah, massive thank you to everyone that did get involved and made me feel very welcome, I suppose, is the right way to put it. And that goes for backstage, and that goes for in front of the camera as well. And it was so so cool to sort of watch a Progress show in front of fans again, because they have been running throughout the pandemic in front of no people. And I think this was their first show in 700 days, I believe it was. I swear that was the sort of the statistic going around. And I'm very excited to see where it's going to go. I mean, the two questions I get asked, does this affect anything else? No. I'm a man that likes to add opportunities into his bucket. We've already used bucket once. Into his, I don't know what we're looking for here, into his bed sheets. There we go. I'm a man that likes to add. No, that sounds terrible. Point is, I like to add. I don't like to take away. And of course, you know, I'm sure there would be, there's exceptions to the rules, right? I'm sure there'd be some crazy opportunity out there that you'd have to dedicate yourself 100% to. But yeah, the YouTube stuff continues, the ups and downs continues. I'm still wrestling, you know, as much as I can as well. This Sunday for UPW down in Yeovil, you know, they got their anniversary show. I'm going to be on that, defending my championship. You bet your ass. And this is just something extra I want to do. And of course, the other question is, Simon, are you going to wrestle for Progress Wrestling? And the way I'm looking at it like this, and the way that I'm telling everyone is, you have to get your foot in the door in, you know, these kind of companies anywhere you can. I think this is a great foot in the door. I feel very proud and just very excited to see what I can do as the host. But if it opens the door to something else, another door, lots of doors, we'll walk through it. Actually, talking of doors, for the wrestling fans out there, another door was open because AEW's Anthony Ogogo was on the show. He was a, you know, really good dude, like really, really good dude. But when we did get in the ring, he decided to call me out.
Phil Mitchell pissed off.
In fact, he referred to me as Phil Mitchell, which for my American fans is a very well-renowned character on a very well-renowned soap opera. I mean, I won't lie, I've never watched EastEnders in my entire life. I think I watched one episode when I was about 13 and was like, I don't get it. I'm going to watch, you know, wrestling instead, which is just men and women in pants doing a soap opera. I preferred it. But yeah, he decided to do that, decided to get in my face throughout the match too. So we're going to have to see where that one goes. Made me raise my eyebrow a little bit. And I was like, okay, cheers, Anthony Ogogo. Been a big support of yours. But whatever. But this is the whole point. It's a really, really cool opportunity. I'm excited to see where it's going to go. And as far as I know now, and there'll be more dates, and I'll let you know as soon as I've got them. February 6th, if you're in Manchester, I can see you up there. Then we're back in London in February and March. We're at Electric Ballroom again and Camden. So if you want to come down, come down. I can guarantee you a few things. One, I'll be there. I mean, I don't know whether that's a selling point or not, but I'll tell you anyway. But two, you will get some tremendous professional wrestling. I'll try and remember the whole card. No, I won't actually, because I forget one match and then I'll be devastated. But I thought the whole card to top to bottom from the 23rd, which was Sunday, was flipping excellent. I'll talk about the main event. The main event, Cara Noir versus Chris Wedgway for the world title. In a first to three falls match, everyone got that wrong. Wasn't best of three falls, wasn't best of five, it was a first to three. So essentially, how did it go? It went, Chris Ridgway went 1 up, then Cara went 1-1, and then Ridgway went 2 up, and then Cara won the last 2 falls, because then he wins 3-2, right? It was nice and simple. But it was, you know, as a man who was trying to get better at professional wrestling himself, the in-ring art form, we'll call it, whatever word you want to use. And this is, you know, this is the same for everybody throughout the show. But again, we'll use the main event because it's there as a reason. Just crazy, man. And some of the stuff they were doing, I was like, I gotta get better at wrestling. But that's good. That's what you should do. You don't kick down, you punch up. And you try and find ways to inspire yourself, and you try and find ways to motivate yourself. So yes, I did want to make a little video about it again this Saturday, hopefully on the WWE Network /Peacock. If you'd like to watch, please do. And I will accept all kinds of feedback. Maybe you watch and go, Simon, you were crap at that job and you should never do it again. Thankfully, I'm going to be able to get to do it again. But that's fine. You're allowed to have your opinion and I would appreciate to hear it. But in terms of me wanting to thank people here as well, put it out on Twitter, people were nice. Put it out on Instagram, people were nice. There was a few YouTube videos about it and people were very nice about that as well. So, and really, without wanting to be the cheesy guy, but it's true, none of this happens without your support, without watching, and that goes right down to the YouTube videos. If nobody is watching my YouTube videos, then it's like if a tree falls in a wood, does anybody hear it? Like, the views are your currency when it comes to making content, and the fact that you watch my stuff and you would put myself in these kind of positions, just know that I'm very, very thankful for it. And I do work hard. I'm not going to pretend otherwise, but that doesn't mean anything. Lots of people work hard. So the fact that I have had these cool things land on my plate, there we go, list and a plate and bed sheets, don't know what that was about, is in no small part thanks to all of you. So thank you for watching, thank you for engaging, thanks for caring, and thank you to the crazy people that call me a bald a-hole, that I've now obviously reclaimed, they tell me to die, they tell me I'm biased, that I'm in Vince McMahon or Tony Khan's pocket, which is always my favorite thing. You don't know how much that makes me laugh, but yeah. So we'll see how this goes. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'll keep you updated every step of the way. And again, last plug, Saturday, WWE Network. Don't know what time, but it will be before the Royal Rumble, obviously. That would be, imagine that. WWE Network goes, put it on the same time the Royal Rumble. Be like, Vince, don't do it. And I can give him a call, obviously, because I'm in his back pocket as well. So yes, just wanted to make a quick video updating everybody about it, saying thank you very much. And I suppose that's that. Now, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the bell ding ding so you know other videos are going live. There is a video on the screen. Give it a click. That's the best one to do that, and subscribe. This is what YouTube loves the most. It also loves comments, so you can write whatever you want. You can write, Simon, go walk into a well. I'm not going to do it, but if that makes you feel better, there's a box down there waiting for you. Obviously, Instagram and Twitter is SimonMiller316. Come give me a follow because that makes me feel good. Obviously, we're a fitness channel as well, so make sure you go to grillandmind.com/Simon. You can Simon get 10% off everything on the site. Great Defense Power 13 cookbook. If you're looking for help with your diet, link in the description below. Use code Simon15. Get 15% off. Patreon.com/Simon316. I'm on Cameo if you want to shout out. SimonMiller.BigCartel.com for merchandise. And check out my wrestling podcast too, as this is a wrestling thing, such as Simon Miller's Pro Wrestling Show. Once, twice a week, we just talk about wrestling. We try and make it fun. We try and keep it upbeat. Otherwise, you make sure you have a lovely day. See you soon.